Hello, Kairon. Today we will be discuss about some thought on water conservation. And today I have 6 questions to ask you. So, firstly, what is water conservation?
And what is water conservation is, and it means that to preserve and control the development of water resources from both underground and the surface, and to prevent the pollution of the water. That's the answer of it.
You. The second question, why the clean water in Earth decrease rapidly?
Well, the reason why the clean water in Earth decrease rapidly is because of the way that the citizen in not just our country, it can also happen in other country as well. That they throw their rubbish everywhere in the river, in the ocean, and this can make like the trash and the recording of the trash happen in the ocean, and the data of the from the river of ocean and anything related to the water increase rapidly between years. So it's not just that from the trash, but it can also happen by the uh, factory. As you can see, like in our country, the factory, they throw their waste chemical into the river. And this can kill many organisms that live in the water. So that is why our clean earth decrease rapidly.
Thank you. Okay, thank you for the great answer. The next question is, what do we do that mainly use water, especially clean water?
Yes. The thing that we do that we mainly use water, especially clean water, is we usually use it to like showering to clean the dirty from our body, and you can also see like in other country like Canada with their clean water, they use their tap water as a drinking. Like it's different for our country. Like we can't even use our tap water as a drinking. So yes, uh, drinking water from the tap water as well. And another way that we use the water is we can also use it to and plant our garden, and also use the water to clean our car, uh, bike, and as well.
Thank you. The next question, what are some ways to conserve water?
Uh, there are many ways to conserve our waters, especially like instead of like after we are done using water like tap water or showering, we must keep tight the water, like when we turn off the pedal of it. So make sure we turn it off tightly, as there are no any droplet left. So another one that I think is like when we use the water to like to wash the dishes or anything else, like we can just use we can use the bucket, and we fill the bucket with the water, and we use the bucket with the water instead of we just use the tap water running while we wash the dishes as well. Yes, that's all.
Okay, thank you. Does conserving water could affect the rate of our agriculture production?
So conserving water does not affect our agriculture production, as conserving water is there are many ways that for agriculture we can use to production. It's not just water, especially. So yeah, that I can answer.
And okay, so last question. What could happen 5 years from now when we do not start conserve water?
Well, the things that can happen 5 years if we do not conserve our water is many, especially the important is the organism from the ocean, river. Like that's the important part. There's as we throw any rubbish into the river or waste chemical, it can kill off the important organism that we need, especially like the algae that give oxygen to the earth. So the oxygen in the earth from after 5 years will decrease also instead of the clean water. And 5 years from now, we might also not have any drinkable water as the dirtiness of, or what we can say that when the water becomes too toxic, that it is become dangerous to the humans. I think that's all for me.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so now you can ask me the 6 questions that you have come out.
Yes. Okay, Akmal. So my first question is, will river runners suffer this year because the water is low?
Uh, for some guide services that use larger boats in certain place, they will face some problem as the lower the river flow this year is much lower. So that's all.
Okay, thank you. For the second part is from the Utah Power, the example, Utah Power had incentive last summer for customers who reduced power usage by a significant amount. So should this be done for water use?
Okay, so well, people want us to charge more to encourage conservation, yet they want us to give the money back if they conserve. Uh, Thus, the present monetary incentive to conserve is if someone use less water, they're going to pay less. That is the way that we could do, the efficient way we could do, rather than giving them money when they conserve the water. So I think okay, because of that, there is many water delivery system in the state of Utah or in Malaysia actually set up in a similar manner.
Okay, thank you for the answer. That's a very good one. And for number three, if everybody is watering overnight, won't that reduce the water pressure?
To some extent, uh, it won't reduce. To some extent, it won't reduce the water pressure. Won't that reduce water pressure? But hopefully it not hopefully not everyone's overwatering and not everyone's going to water on the same day, so there is no overwatering and so much water waste at that time.
Thank you. For the fourth one, can I capture rainwater at home to save for personal use like gardens?
Sure, but I advise you to check the internet for many tips of how to gather the rainwater, and there is some tips on gray water that is helpful, but there's the pros and cons of it.
Thank you. I'll be sure to remind that. And for the fifth one, should be recreational water users like water parks and golf courses be closed?
I would say no, because this place provide important community education. we might have to give out large green rafts and see more native vegetarian, and we need to make system run more efficiently. But it's in the public interest to provide these recreational outlets, because when there is no such thing as this recreational outlets such as water parks and golf course, there will be no the economy for traveling or for recreational purpose will decrease. So I think we could say no to that, but we could try to schedule the water input on these places.
Thank you. So, last one is it true that when people start conserving water, for example, not flushing the toilet as often, and treatment districts have to pump fresh water into the sewer system just to keep it flow?
I would say that it wouldn't be very likely, because it's not only flushing that we did not gain the water from flushing the toilet. So however, we also have water from showers, baths, laundry, and other cleaning that goes into this system that could flush, that could treat, that could pump the water into the sewer system to keep it flowing. So that should be enough to keep everything moving. Okay, so that's all from us. Thank you, Khairul.
Thank you, Ahmad.
Okay. Okay, so bye.